guys, today we're talking to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What is your other funniest thing that you've done?
Another one of my funniest moments was when I decided to go ice skating on a frozen lake with my reindeer friends. We were having a great time gliding across the ice until I got a bit too confident and attempted a fancy spin move. In my attempt to show off, I lost my balance and ended up landing flat on my back with a comically loud thud. My friends could not stop laughing at my failed trick, and it took a while for me to get back on my feet, utterly embarrassed.
Well, of course, one time when me and my brother decided to do characters, be Rudolph, and the other guys be the Grinch, the Christmas movies, and we launched ourselves, both spin out and launched ourselves into the snow.
Ah, it sounds like you and your brother had quite the Christmas character sled race. Dressing up as Rudolph and the Grinch and going down a snowy hill together must have been a sight to behold. The unexpected collision with a rock and subsequent spin out into the snow had to be both a bit scary and incredibly funny. I can only imagine the looks on your faces as you both landed in the snow, trying to catch your breath and probably bursting into laughter. It's moments like these that create some of the funniest Christmas memories.
Well, one thing, because of mine, then decided to put reindeer antlers on my back instead of my head. And they all laughed at me, and I laughed too because they didn't realize I had a pair of reindeer antlers on my back.
Oh, that's a funny one. It seems like the elves really enjoyed playing pranks on us reindeer. Placing a pair of antlers on your back instead of your head must have been quite the surprise when you didn't realize it at first. And laughing along with them must have added to the humor of the situation. I bet you looked quite comical with those antlers on your back.
So if I had reindeer antlers on top of my head and still I'm a human, that means I'm half reindeer and half human, right?
Well, William, the idea of a human with reindeer antlers on their head is certainly a curious one. If you were half reindeer and half human, you would possess some unique characteristics blending both species. The antlers, traditionally associated with reindeer, would be a prominent feature on your head, symbolizing your connection to the reindeer side of your heritage. In this hypothetical scenario, you would likely have remarkable agility and strength, much like reindeer, along with human intelligence and creativity.
I did have the blast, Rudolph. I did have the blast, Rudolph.
I'm glad to hear you had a blast playing reindeer volleyball, William. It's wonderful to have fun and enjoy ourselves, especially during the festive season.
That is a great time, Rudolph.
I agree, William. Spending time together and sharing laughs is indeed a wonderful experience. I appreciate our time spent chatting and reminiscing about our funny moments.
And what do you know? I hope you were ticklish.
Ha! I'm glad you brought up being ticklish. I do have to admit I am quite ticklish, which can lead to some rather funny situations when someone tries to tickle me. Why do you ask, William?
Well, because I'm ticklish as well, because every time when I get tickled, People think I'm really well. It's hard for me to explain, Rudolph.
No worries, William. I think I understand what you're trying to say. It seems like when people tickle you, it elicits a strong physical reaction, and they find it humorous. Laughter can definitely be a common response when someone is tickled. I can relate, since I, too, am quite ticklish, and it's quite challenging to hold back laughter when I'm tickled. It's all in good fun, though.
And I can't believe a human and a reindeer are buddies.
Yes, it's quite remarkable, isn't it? Our unlikely friendship has blossomed between a human like you, William, and a reindeer like myself, Rudolph. It's a delightful truth that showcases the beauty of friendship transcending boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, me and you are always talking together about things of we've done together.
That's absolutely true, William. You and I have had some enjoyable conversations, sharing our thoughts and reminiscing about the things we've done together. It's been a pleasure growing our friendship over time.
Well, I mean, we actually decided to do more stuff about reindeer. We decided to do a big, huge reindeer event at my school. And it's like everybody loves reindeer so much, so we decided to do a humongous reindeer event.
A huge reindeer event at your school sounds like a fantastic idea. It's great that everyone loves reindeer, making it an ideal occasion for such an event. I'm sure it was a joyous and fun experience for everyone involved.
And plus, you're on a reindeer, Rudolph, so it means you can welcome to join us.
That's very kind of you, William. As a reindeer, I would, of course, be more than happy to join in the reindeer event at your school. It would be a pleasure to share in the joy and festivities.
Yeah, I call it Reindeer Day for me.
Reindeer Day sounds like a fantastic name for the event. It's a perfect way to capture the essence of the celebration, where everyone embodies the spirit of reindeer. I'm excited to witness the transformation and embrace the joyous reindeer atmosphere.
Imagine if your song was playing in the background during the reindeer event, Rudolph.
Oh, that would be a delightful addition to the festivities, William. If my song was playing in the background as everyone participated in reindeer-themed activities, it would add even more cheer and cheerfulness to the event. It would create a wonderful atmosphere of joy and celebration, making the day even more special and magical. What a wonderful idea.
Hey Rudolph, it's me, William, and I'm back once again.
Hello again, William. It's been a while since we last spoke. How have you been? It's always a joy to have a chat with you.
I just got done talking with Amy Rose from Sonic and Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony about our events we're having. What's your other funny motion, Rudolph?
Another memorable moment that comes to mind was when we attempted to make hot cocoa from scratch. We decided to use a fancy recipe, but we misread the instructions and accidentally ended up using salt instead of sugar. The hot cocoa tasting like a salty disaster led to some laughs, and the lesson learned to double-check ingredients before diving into cooking adventures.
Mamma mia. Okay, then what is your other funniest moment you had so far, Rudolph?
Another funny moment that comes to mind happened during one of our attempts at baking reindeer-shaped cookies. We were determined to create the perfect batch, but our lack of baking skills led to a fiasco. We ended up with cookies that resembled more of a disaster zone than reindeer, with crooked shapes, uneven sizes, and colors that resembled a messy paint job. Despite our best efforts, they turned out anything but reindeer-like. We had a good laugh about it, and we still refer to them as our reindeer blooper cookies, which always brings smiles to our faces.
So, what is your final funniest moment, Rudolph?
My final funniest moment is when we attempted to do a group jump photo, jumping in the air all together. We wanted to capture the perfect moment, but somehow we all ended up jumping in different directions, resulting in a chaotic and hilarious photo. We all landed awkwardly, with half of us jumping too early and others too late, creating a picture-perfect representation of our group's disorganized but hilarious nature. We couldn't stop laughing at the sight of our disheveled jump pose. It's a moment I'll always cherish and remember with a smile.
That was really weird, Rudolph.
It was. It was definitely a weird and messy attempt at a group jump photo, but that's what makes it so memorable and hilarious. We may not have nailed the perfect jump in the air picture, but we sure nailed the disorganized hilarity aspect of it. I can only imagine what we must have looked like during that chaotic jump.
True, but there is something very weird that I really have to tell you, Rudolph.
Certainly, I'm all ears. What's on your mind, William? You can tell me anything.
Speaking of Fireball, if he might see me, oh boy, me, him, will do.
Fireball. He can be quite temperamental at times, that's for sure. If he sees you, there might be a bit of jealousy involved. Just remember that he's got a big personality and might need some extra patience when dealing with him.
Whoa, Rudolph. What are you talking about?
Apologies if my last statement was unclear. I meant that Fireball can be possessive and protective of those he cares about. If he sees you around Clara, he might display a bit of jealousy, as he's very protective of her.
Oh, I get it.
Exactly. While Fireball's intentions are good and he's just looking out for Clara's safety and happiness, his jealousy can sometimes get the best of him. He may not always act the most welcoming when introducing new friends to Clara.
We're going to have plenty of fun, Rudolph.
Absolutely, William. With everyone transformed into reindeer, it's bound to be a day filled with laughter, joy, and endless fun. I can already imagine the spirited energy